Hey guys, Rob with RubberToe Assembly again. Today we're going to show you a lifetime 20x8 shed, the doors. Best way to do the doors on these. Here's the left door assembly, getting right to it. I'm deburring these 3 holes where the handle is going to go. A lot of time there's plastic buildup on there that's sticking out, and you want to cut all that off, trim it down so you have nice smooth edge on the door. There's your little package, EDC. With the bolt, looks like it's the left door working on. There's the blocks, EDB, inside. You need the blocks for the left door. That's the one that's going to stay shut. There's your door channel, that's staged right there, and it's going to go as you see there. See the little indentation in the channel laying there by the door? There's the 2 blocks, got them out of the bag. One's going to go at the top of the door, one's going to go at the bottom of the door. And make sure that little indentation channel is facing outward from the door, on the face side of the door. I lift that thing up and do this vertically. That helps slide it along. There's a little groove in the deadbolt. You just slides it just like you see there, and right through that groove, and it kind of holds that deadbolt block into place. And using the ground to my advantage, actually that went pretty easily, so this is how they show it in the book. Do it sideways. Then they line that little channel up, that little groove with the door. See how the indentation on the door channel is facing forward, because your other door is going to overlap it. And also make sure that these holes line up. Make sure these holes line up. If you have the indentation facing outward on this left door, they should be pretty close, and I'm just sticking the screwdriver through those holes and give it a couple of circular motions to make sure it's lined up real good. They're little square holes. Sometimes there's plastic from the door that's blocking them, but you could see light shining through there. That's good. And then you just put these little carriage bolts through there. You have a little metal plate on the hardware for the door, and just like you see here, it's going to go from the outside in. Those little square carriage bolts drop into place, and they push right through the door channel, through the plastic door, the little holes in the door where it goes. And you're going to get a washer on each one of these and a little cap nut. And yeah, if the bolts aren't going through, then you might want to pull the thing out and put the screwdriver through there and kind of move the plastic over to the right or to the left, or just give it a couple of circular motions to clear those holes so these bolts pass through nice and easy. You can put the washer and the nut on just like you see there. Give it a couple of turns. Look at that, nice tight carriage bolts are dropped into position, and then it's off to the handle. This handle just clips together, 2 little pieces. It only goes one way, and it's going to get a screw with a washer at the bottom of the handle, and then 2 screws at the top with washers at the top handle. And so I just put this bottom screw in first, about 60-75% of the way in, just so it catches it and it swings. And it's still a little loose, but you want to make sure you can line up the 2 top holes with these longer screws. You get a washer on them, just like you see me putting on right there. Little Phillips head, and set your torque on medium to low on these, on your drill gun, and then just boom, line the holes up. That bottom screw is loose so that you have a little bit of wiggle room, so you can line the holes up for these 2 top ones. And then as soon as you put the second one in, go back to the bottom one here and tighten that one up as well. So everything's nice and snug. Your handle's completely on there, nice and snug. There is your left door built. Very nice and easily. The only thing left on this one is to put a hinge tube, a long or a short hinge tube. This looks like a shorter one. Yeah. So there's 4 hinge tubes on the 20x8. And you're going to have 2 short hinge tubes and 2 long hinge tubes, and this is how I do it. I go vertical with it and I just pull down. A lot of times these things don't want to pass through. They're very difficult. This looks like a shorter one. This one was fairly easy. Mission complete. Boom, your left door is ready to go. And it gets a window in there, but I put the windows in later because I like to be able to stick my arm through there if needed when I'm building the shed. And here is your right door assembly. Again, checking the holes nice and smooth. Clear those 3 holes so the handle fits nice and snug, no obstructions. And then there's your channel for your bolt. It's a sliding bolt across to lock it. And then this door channel is going to go with the indentation facing inwards towards the inside of the door. And if you do this correctly, there's no deadbolts to worry about. It just slides all the way on through the top, just like you see here. And if you're a shorter person, you can't do this, then you'll have to do it lengthwise the way it shows in the book on the side, and then bang it with a mallet if you have to get it to slide all the way across. And there you have it. It's all set. I go through with this screwdriver. I shimmy it a little to the left, to the right. Open those two holes so that bolts can pass through them nice and easy. And I'm going to put this hardware together for your right door assembly. Working on cardboard, as you see there, makes everything nice and easy. Nice little layout. You could sit down on the clean side of cardboard, whatever your surface is, and just build pretty much anything. The doors, windows, the gables, trusses. And then here is your hardware. Again, running the little carriage bolts, 2 carriage bolts through there. There's that little plate. Make sure it's on correctly. Only goes one way. There's a longer side and a shorter side. And then you put it through. See how the channel on the indentation is facing towards the inside. Run those 2 bolts through the holes, nice and clear. If they're not going through the holes, then you gotta widen those holes open a little bit. Run the screwdriver through there, circular motion, so these pass through nice and easy, just like you see here. Then it puts a washer and a little cap nut on the end. Give it a couple of turns. There's also the deadbolt that goes across on the inside. At this point, you want to put it in while there's loose. Prematurely, I'm tightening those already, but there's a little trick I got. See this thing here? Probably should have put it in a second ago when the bolts, when the nuts were on loosely. But here's a little trick. If you do this same thing and you forget, I just you can kind of give it a couple of taps and bend it in there without loosening those in there. It should be fine. As you can see here, a little trick I know. You just put it in there, pull, boom, snaps, drops into place. Nice. Front and back, it's nice loose, and it serves its purpose. Alright, and then you got left here is to put the handle on there. Clip those 2 little plastic pieces on the handle together. Put your bottom screw, just like the other side, bottom screw first, just starting it so it swings, and then you're going to catch the 2 top screws, and it has a little bracket on it, I think on the 2 top screws on this one. So there you go, you swing it here, and the 2 long screws that go on the top on this door are going to get this little bracket. It's like a little handle mechanism you can use to pull the door in when you're on the inside. And 1 screw through there, put the other screw through there. I put them both through real quick, zip them through just like you see here. Boom, careful your fingers aren't in the way there. So you got 2 coming through the handle. It's the quickest, easiest way to put this handle on. And then because you got some little wiggle room, that bottom screw is not tight, it's just holding it. And then you can line these 2 screws perfectly, and then zip them on. Zip, zip, and then go back after the top little handle's put on and tighten this last screw, snug it up. So your handle is nice and tight on there, and your handle on the inside is also tight. There you have it on this one, except for the long, or the short rather, hinge tube, door hinge tube. If it's the same door as the other, should be a short one. So you have your left and right doors for the middle, because you're going to have a shorter gable. Anyways, same way, this one looks like a little more tougher to get through the hole and shove down there. So that's why I do it vertically like this. Use the ground to my advantage. And see, I'm working on cardboard like that. Keeps everything nice from getting damaged. Yeah, this one looks very difficult. And to do this sideways, like it shows in the book, can be really hard. You really have to bang it with a mallet to get it through here. And if you're using a hammer, you don't want to flatten out the end of your tube there. So as you can see, there's cardboard right down there on the bricks. I use the ground to my advantage. I just pull down on the door, and it shoves that pole up through there. That's why these videos are great. It shows you the video. You got to see what I'm talking about. And you can see all that plastic goop that was inside the channel that came out when the tube went through. And there you have it. That was your right door all set up. And the last thing to put on these doors here is all the miscellaneous stuff. The windows, and you're going to get a pouch on this door is what I usually do. It comes with the 20 by 8 shed. But you start it off 1 screw, 2 screw, and then you just zip all the other screws around there. There's over 10, I think. So there you have it. quick, easy door, left and right door assembly. Thanks you guys again for watching. Hope this video was very helpful. Please like and subscribe. Got great videos, how to. Alright, thanks everybody. RubberToe, over and out. Take care.